Hello everyone, welcome to a quick training video on how to complete your new hire paperwork in the Ideal IDA system. So we're going to jump right in here. First of all, we'll give you a quick overview of kind of how to navigate the system a little bit. Pretty much most of your navigation will be right from the top bar here, so you can click on My Account to see information pertaining to you. You can also click on My Reports in our company to get any company documents that may be there, like your handbook or something like that. Also on the first screen, you'll have your announcements page. And this is any announcements that your company may put up for you to view, so you can view that information there if you ever need to. If you are a full-time employee and you receive time off, you'll also have a balances box here, where you can actually see your time off balances. Now the main reason for this video, of course, is viewing and completing your new hire paperwork, so let's dive into that. Your new hire paperwork is going to be driven from this My To-Do Items window on your screen. To open up your new hire paperwork, you'll see you have a couple items here, kind of looks like a checklist. You'll need to click on the magnifying glass first. Once you complete that, you'll actually be pulled up to the new hire paperwork checklist for you to do. Now each item on here is going to be a little bit different, so we'll go through each one. The first one is your new hire packet. To open that up, you're just going to click on the click here button, new hire packet, and it's going to open up a separate window for you, and this is where you can come complete that. You will need to select an effective from date. I always select the day that I'm completing the packet, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. Now there are multiple pages to your new hire packet, so you can see page 1, page 2, all the way through page 7. The first page is just going to be your personal information, so you can fill out your name, your birth date, your social security number, your address, your email address. One thing to note about your email address is that any notifications sent by the system will be sent to the email address that you put in that primary email field. You can also fill out your emergency contact information and a security question just in the event that you forget your password. I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to scroll back up so I can go to my second page here. So I'm going to click on page 2. This is just an EEO self-identification form. You do not need to fill out this information here if you don't want to, but it is helpful for us if you do fill that out. You will need to at least initial the page, so you'll see near the bottom right, there's an initials section. So I'll just put my initials there. I'm going to click on page 3. This is just the acknowledgement of employer form, so you can go ahead and read through there. Again, I need to place my initials on that form. The next one is the acknowledgement of a drug-free workplace. Again, read over that form because this is pertinent to you and your company. And I'm going to put my initials down here at the bottom again. Let's click on that next page. This is the Section 125 form. This is more of a notice to you. Again, I'm going to place my initials down at the bottom here. And then page 6, this deals with how Section 125 information is sent to you. So again, I'm going to enter in my initials there. Now the last page here is going to be the direct deposit form. You will need to select an effective from date. Again, just select the date that you're filling out this paperwork, and you'll fill out your bank information. We'll do bank. We'll type in an ABA number. We'll type in account number. Just let us know whether it's a checking or a savings account, and then how much of your check you wanted to go into that account. Most of the time you're going to be putting 100%. If you have 2 different bank accounts, feel free to do that, and you can just separate how much you want to go into each account. So in this case, if I only want 50% to go in that account, I do bank 2. You can type in the account and ABA numbers. We'll say checking, and let's say I want 50% to go into that account. Down here at the bottom, we'll go ahead and date this form, and we'll go ahead and click on the sign button. Now this is going to lock all of the other forms in the new hire packet, so make sure you've completed everything in here. It will ask you to enter your password. Now this is the password that you log in to with the system. So just be sure you enter that in, and we'll click on agree, and you'll see how that's actually locked all of the forms on here. Once you've signed the forms, you can click on the Submit button that's down at the bottom left. And it's going to ask you if you're sure or you're about to submit this. You can go ahead and click on Yes there. How you know you've done it correctly is you'll get this HR action request has been submitted. To get back to your new hire packet, you can actually click on the bell that's up in the top right. This is going to take you to your My To Do Items list. And again, we're going to click on that magnifying glass to get us back to our new hire checklist. The next item on here is going to be your terms of employment. So you'll just click on the terms of employment right there. Again, you're going to select an effective from date. I always select the day that I'm filling out the form. And we'll go ahead and select the date on the form itself. And we're going to go ahead and sign that. And just like the new hire packet, this is just the password that you use to log into the system. Once that's complete, I'm going to click on that Submit button, click on Yes, and I'm going to get that success message up at the top again. Once again, to get back to my new hire checklist, I'm going to click on the bell in the top right. We're going to click on one of these magnifying glasses to get back to our checklist. And then you'll notice on that item, it's actually checked off as completed. That means you've actually finished that step. Just a quick explanation, your new hire packet won't actually show as completed until Ideal HR reviews it. Once it is reviewed, you'll receive a notification that we've reviewed it and you'll be good to go. The next item to complete is your W-4. So you can go ahead and click on the Click Here W-4 button. Once you're at this new screen, you're going to click on Add New Withholding Form. And then you're going to click on the Federal option. And here you can fill out this W-4 like you would a normal W-4, so you can enter in different numbers in the boxes here. We'll just go ahead and enter all of those. Now you can come down to the information on the form itself, so you will have your name and address on here. It will ask you to select either single, married, or married at the higher rate, so make sure you check one of those off. And then in box 5, make sure you have a number in there. I like to do 0, so I'm just going to go ahead and put 0 in that box. Once I've completed that portion of the form, I can click on the Submit Withholding Form button up in the top right. And again, just like those other forms, I'm going to go ahead and enter my password. And you see it's locked all of that information on that W-4, and it did give me a success message that the form has been submitted. Again, to get back to your new hire checklist, you'll click on that bell up in the top right. We're going to click on one of those magnifying glasses again. In this case, we need to check off this W-4 ourselves, so there's a little checkbox here on the left side. We'll click on that checkbox, and you'll see we've actually completed that step. Now the final step in the basic new hire packet is going to be completing your I-9. So we're going to click on that Click Here I-9. You'll be taken to a new screen. You can click on that Add New I-9 button up in the top right. It's going to give you a little message here letting you know you should really only be completing this if you're a new employee, which case you are. So you're going to click on that Create I-9 button. And then from here, it's going to look like a normal I-9 if you were to fill it out on paper. So you need to fill out each of the different fields here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Now while I'm doing this, if you are filling out your new hire paperwork at Ideal HR's location, you will need to supply documents to us so we can make a copy of those so we can complete your I-9 paperwork. Now if you are actually working at one of our client locations, your supervisor there or whomever is meeting with you to do that new hire paperwork will be requesting those documents from you. I'm going to enter some information here. Now as you're filling this out, there are a few fields that you'll need to make sure you are filling out, namely your name, address, date of birth, and your social security number. You'll also need to select one of the 4 options here. And then you will need to select whether or not you used a preparer and or translator, so just make sure you're selecting one of those checkboxes there. Once you fill that information out on the I-9, you're going to click on the Submit I-9 button up in the top right. And if you've missed anything, it is going to let you know. So in this case, I need to put some additional information here. Since these don't apply, I'm just going to put NA in those fields just so it's not asking those for me. Let's click on that Submit I-9 again. There we go. And so in this case, I do need to enter my password again. Again, this is just your password that you use to log into the system. Once you click on that I agree button, you will see that all the fields will lock, and letting you know that you've submitted it, you'll have that success message up at the top left. We're going to go back to our new hire checklist one more time. Click on that bell up in the top right. We're going to click on that magnifying glass for these items. And again, we need to check off that we've completed that I-9, so click on that checkbox there. And you'll see that that item has been completed on our new hire checklist. If you run into any problems while completing the new hire checklist, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email here at Ideal HR. Of course, since this is a video, you can always just replay it if you need any help. And we look forward to serving you in the future. Thanks.